Hi everyone, this is going to be a video where I talk about the skincare regime routine and products that I have for my body. If you are interested in finding out all of the products in terms of skincare that I use for my face, then I will annotate that video here for you. I talk about all of the products and not only what products I use, but why I use them, which means that I go into sort of the ingredients that are included in different kinds of products, what they do, and therefore why I use them and how I use them. That video is pretty lengthy just because there are a ton of different kinds of products that I use for my face. For this video, for the skincare for my body, it's much simpler, so it will be a much shorter video, but they kind of go hand in hand and there is definitely some overlap just because your skin is your skin, it covers your whole body. So if you are interested in any of those types of things, then I have a bunch of skincare videos on this channel, and I have a skin talk sort of playlist if you're interested in watching more skincare videos. All right, let's get into looking at what I use and why. So the general principles that apply to skincare for your face are going to apply to skincare for your body. That includes things like avoiding irritating ingredients, which are primarily alcohol, which will show up as SD alcohol or alcohol denatured in the ingredients list, and fragrances, which are many times just listed as fragrance in the ingredients list, but can also be sort of indirectly listed because things like lemon peel oil extracts, citrus oils, eucalyptus, peppermint, menthol, all those kinds of ingredients are fragrance adders, and they are also irritating to the skin. So just make sure to look out for those. There are some exceptions that I'm going to talk about when it comes to fragrance, especially for skincare, particularly for the body, but the general approaches should sort of be the same. And in terms of ingredients, again, it's going to be the same as your face as it would be for the body. There's not a meaningful difference in terms of the skin on the rest of your body as there is for the face, so you're going to be using the same sort of anti-aging and nourishing ingredients, which I will talk about more specifically when I show you the products. So the skincare routine steps, of course, consist of cleansing the body and then putting moisture back in, and added to that having nice anti-aging ingredients. So starting with cleansing, I take showers most of the time. It's just the most efficient and wastes less water. And to cleanse the body, it's really simple on my end. I always use a body wash. I haven't used bar soap, I don't think, since, I don't remember. I think since I was in maybe high school at home and I didn't know better, but bar soaps are pretty drying for the skin. They leave a residue. Even really nourishing ones, things like Dove soap, which has a bunch of moisturizer in it but still is a bar soap, really that should just sort of be eliminated from any skincare routine, especially for the face but also for the body. So try to use a body wash, something that is a liquid or a gel or a cream, something that's not a bar soap. This is the one I'm just currently using. There's not one that I use on a consistent basis. I just sort of pick up whatever is at Costco or on sale or whatnot. So this one is from Olay. It came in a 3-pack from Costco. It's nice. I don't really care much about this, including the fact that I think almost all body washes that I've used have fragrance in them, which contradicts what I said earlier, which is that you should avoid fragrance in your skincare. But this is sort of an exception, even with cleansers that are used on the face, because the body washes and cleansers are in contact with your skin for such a small amount of time, especially if you're taking a shower or even a bath, I suppose, but in the bath you're kind of soaking in the water. But if you're taking a shower, this is rinsed away almost simultaneously with when you apply it to the skin. So that fragrance doesn't have really a lot of time to act as an ingredient on the body. So when it comes to trying to avoid fragrance, I wouldn't worry too much about it when it comes to your cleansers. Really worry about it when it comes to moisturizers, things that are sitting on your skin for hours at a time. And to manually exfoliate the skin, I use my body washes with sometimes with a washcloth, but almost always I am using something a little more abrasive. These are hand exfoliators. You can get these at the Body Shop or Bath and Body Works, or you can just pick them up at your local drugstore. They will have them in the bath aisle also. They're not that expensive. They last for a really long time. These are really old. They actually probably need to be replaced soon, but they're pretty abrasive, and just manual exfoliation is the fastest way to smooth out the skin, get rid of the top layer of dead skin cells, and sort of prepare the skin to be moisturized after your shower or your bath. So that's it. That's all that the cleansing consists of, this product and this product. When it comes to moisturizers or body lotions from the skin, the three that I use are all from Paula's Resist line, Paula's Choice's Resist line. I'll put a link to the website in the description box below. Paula's Choice is the brand that I have, I would say 90% of my skincare from, and I use these for different purposes. So I will start with the Weightless body treatment, which has 2% BHA, which is salicylic acid. This I use for areas of the body where I want to either help prevent ingrown hairs, or if you have keratosis pilaris on your arms or even anywhere else on the body, or you get little red bumps, anything like that where you want to help exfoliate the skin, then put that there. So I don't really have a big problem with KP, but I do get very mild red bumps here sometimes, and I am at the gym very often and in workout clothes for a good period of time during the week, so I will also often put this on the upper back area. And then I'll sometimes, if after I shave or whatever hair removal method I'm using, I will also put this on the legs, in the area under my knees, just because that is where I have the most potential to get red bumps. And that's kind of how I utilize this 2% BHA one. If you don't have any sort of those kinds of issues or worries, then I would not worry about using the 2% BHA, and instead I would use one of these two or use them in conjunction. And this one here is the Skin Revealing Lotion, which has 10% AHA, which is glycolic acid, or the type of AHA that's in here is glycolic acid. And this one is the Retinol Skin Smoothing Body Treatment, which also has antioxidants on top of having retinol. Both these have antioxidants in them. So the 10% AHA or glycolic acid is going to help with chemical exfoliation. It's just the general body lotion that I use for anti-aging and nourishing purposes. And just as a side note, none of these Paula's Choices products have fragrance or alcohol in them ever, so you don't have to worry about that. So this I use in every area that I am not using the 2% BHA product, and the same goes for the Resist. This one is more expensive. I'm not sure, let's see, this one's 4 ounces, yeah, this one's 7 ounces, so you get a lot less product here, and so definitely per ounce it's pretty pricey. So I don't use this one as often all over the body, but I try to integrate it consistently because it has retinol in it. Again, it's going to help with, you know, sort of bringing out the new cells, the new skin, and therefore helping generally with anti-aging and making the skin look smoother and younger. So sometimes I will combine these two, or sometimes I will just switch off, just depending on how I feel or when is the last time I used this one, do I need to be using it, etc. And they all have similar formulas. They're all creams. They're not super thick. I would say the thinnest consistency is the 2% BHA salicylic one, and then probably the glycolic acid one is in the middle in terms of thickness in texture, and next up would be the Resist one. But none of them are the consistency of, say, a body butter, which is super rich and pretty thick. They all glide onto the skin pretty easily and they sink in. They don't have any sort of nasty smell that I can really detect after it's sunken into the skin, so they're all really nice to use. And then of course, if it's the daytime, no matter what the weather is like, it doesn't matter if it is raining, if it's snowing, if it's the daytime and you are going to be outside, or even if you're going to be inside but you are in a room that has windows, you need to be wearing sunscreen on any exposed part of your body. Lots of us apply sunscreen to our face but forget either our neck and décolleté or any other part of the body that is exposed to the sun. So always make sure that after you've moisturized, and if it's the daytime time apply something that has an SPF of at least 15. I currently am using up my stock of the Paula's Choice Resist Ultimate Anti-Aging Hand Creams. It has an SPF of 30. This is a fantastic formula. It technically doesn't exist in Paula's Choice's line anymore, which is such a bad decision, I would say, by the company. I don't know why they discontinued this, but aside from that, I won't rant about that. Aside from that, any sort of SPF that avoids fragrance, because this is going to be sitting on your skin all day or at least for hours at a time, so you don't want it to have irritating ingredients in it. So as long as it doesn't have fragrance or alcohol in it, then go ahead with whatever SPF body lotion you want to apply to the body. So that, for most of us, is consistently going to be the hands. Make sure you're reapplying the sunscreen, you know, after you go to the bathroom, after you wash your hands, that SPF is going to come off, so you want to be reapplying that throughout the day, just as you would reapply an SPF lip balm on your lips throughout the day, and any other part of the body that's exposed. Like I mentioned, the neck, part of the chest, if your arms are exposed. If I'm wearing a dress, I will apply it to my legs, etc. All right, there is my daily skincare routine. I hope that this was helpful to you. And if you have any sort of questions about skincare for the body, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. I think I will also try to do another Q&A video that is focused on skincare questions, just because that is something that I am so interested in and pretty passionate about. And I want to be able to share my thoughts and answer any questions that you may have about skincare issues. So let me know if that's something you would be interested in, and if you are interested in the only other Q&A, I wouldn't say other, the only Q&A video that I've ever done before, which was my very first one, then I will link that also for you in the video if you're interested. I hope you're subscribed. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. It has lasted all day for me. It has even lasted through some exercising and things like that. So it's a formula that sticks to the skin, stays put. You should blend it out in little sections. Don't do the whole face. I've done, you know, spots in different areas of the face at once and then gone back and tried to blend them in, and it's harder to do that because it really sets.